Yeah, that was what I was told before. So like, you should be able to sit in your office when it's. But our +2, that's one.
We're on, we're recording, or like we're on YouTube. And I'm gonna record me. Change.
Number 8 item.
Hmm?
Number 8 item.
Right there.
I'll let Link move over the room.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just share the screen.
Good to go?
Good to go.
Good to go. You sure are.
I'll call this meeting to order in that case at 8:09. We respectfully acknowledge that the Township of Cabot-Monaghan is located on Treaty 20 Michisagi territory in the traditional territory of the Michisagi Yamashinaabe. We offer our gratitude to First Nations for their care for and teachings about these lands. May we honor these teachings. Welcome, Pam.
Thank you.
Pam Mitchell has joined our board.
Yeah, you did.
We're very, very grateful.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. May I have a motion, please, for approval of our agenda?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
Done the
You-
agenda really yet.
That's exactly how you do it.
Okay, the agenda is on the screen.
Yep.
And you're entitled to make motions and to vote. Not that we just,
Since I don't know what, I read what's on the agenda, I just haven't done it yet.
okay. Well,
That's good. Just
Okay, I can motion that we can
accept.
accept the agenda.
seconder,
Sure.
Ryan. And Carrie. So moving on, does anyone today have a pecuniary interest to disclose?
No, what do I need? Is there something I should disclose? I'm on the
No.
board of directors of a national not-for-profit. That has
No,
nothing to do with it.
no, it would be if there was something on the agenda that,
You would correct it.
yeah.
Not that I saw.
We have no closed session, we have no delegations. Now we have our minutes of our last meeting, January 8th. Has everyone read them?
Our date's right.
50-50.
50-50
Yeah,
October.
let's double check the dates.
It's January the 8th.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we did have to make a. Okay, and December 11th was the former meeting,
Okay.
yeah. There's an extra letter after Ryan Huntley's name, but I think that will pass.
That's probably an exclamation mark.
Dessert.
Just one note of interest, when there's the motion for the levy, that has now been deposited to our bank account, 18,450. Just, okay. I will make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting, January
No, seconded.
8th. Okay. On. And then we have business arising from the minutes, nothing there, and reports. Now, before we go into the treasury report, I just want to make a note that we are going to take off the one check requisition, which is the first one to Obia for $299.45. That in fact was paid last year. There was an accounting area, Ovia's part, so that one comes off. So 9.1.1 bank account activity, it's all on the screen there. There are still a number of checks to come out of what the closing balance says there, including our checks today and a number of checks that have not been cashed. But I don't have an exact report for that. The other thing that I will mention is that Sarah is still not on the bank account authority. She doesn't know.
I've done my stuff,
Yeah, and I've done mine.
so it's up to the
Okay.
city, I guess, whoever's here to
Okay.
finish their stuff.
Yeah.
Kim, I think she had to take it back to the bank early.
Yeah. So
You just added a month.
So we're looking to next month before we do the budget review. I do have a report, but it's not as actual as it should be until maybe next month when we get our treasury stuff figured out. So we're gonna take off, we're gonna defer 9.1.3.
9.1.3, sorry.
Yeah, which is the 2025 budget review. So that leaves the check requisitions. So we,
Sorry, I'm just gonna back up one
Yeah.
second. For the 9.1.3 budget.
Yeah.
Or are we just waiting for it to close and we'll review it? Is that what you're saying? Like, it's no point reviewing it now because there's too much. it's
Well,
still
for-
accruing.
for one thing, it's not on the agenda package.
Okay.
For another thing, it's not up to date, the budget review report, which is an actual to budget, because we have,
Outstanding checks.
we don't have a list of on cash checks, we don't have all of our 2025 expenses paid out yet, because we've got a number of them that are on the check requisitions for today that will get, I believe, sent back to 2025. So we don't really have a good picture of what 2025 looks like. I can tell you that Fall Festival went over budget, that our marketing budget, we're way under, and that I think overall, we came in less than what we budgeted for in 2025.
Well, we can see what.
But that's just a guess.
Yeah.
I don't,
We can see.
yeah. Okay, any other questions about bank activity or anything else there? Otherwise, we're asking for a motion to approve check requisitions except for the one to Obia.
Happy to move it.
Okay,
Oh, second.
and those all are on account of 2025. They're all Christmas in the Village, and even the one to Susan Rice is on account of 2025. I guess we need
All in favor.
yeah, and also a separate motion to approve the treasury report, which really is just the bank account activity.
Receive.
Okay, receive.
Yes.
I'll move.
Okay, well, Brian moved your second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Great.
General business. We don't have a decorating committee update. We do now.
The
Okay,
decorating committee update is there is no.
okay, there we go. And Christmas in the Village is next, and we have a very thorough report on that, which is attached to the agenda package. or as a document. So I'm asking that this also become part of our minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review this? It was prepared by Kim Blackwell, and it is, I think, an excellent document to have recorded forever, so that somebody takes on an event in the future, got something to go by in terms of planning and also phone numbers for volunteers, etc. That to Sarah, not that you need it, I can just email it to you.
You did.
Okay.
I thought it was a great document. The only thing I thought it was missing was like a budget.
Well, that's in our report that hasn't come out yet because we've still got checks that are,
Right, no, it might be good to
Yeah.
add the numbers when we do have them, just so that you have a sense of what you spent
yeah,
for future times.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you don't need the checks to clear to know what you've submitted.
true. And Kim did actually prepare a budget prior to this.
Yeah, for going
Yeah.
forward, I thought it was a great
Yeah,
setup. It would be good if we attached budgets.
okay.
Because she had her original budget and then
We increased it to 3,700.
not more about the numbers.
Yeah.
I'm saying she had a plan
Yeah,
and she had the actions. Right?
Yeah.
And being able to see side by side how
Yeah.
that worked.
so my rough at, my,
No,
Good
I don't want
point.
your rough estimate.
Yeah.
I want I want
Yeah.
Yeah.
her, whoever ran it to just put those numbers there. That's it.
and attach it to this.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
And then
Okay.
that can become a template for all of it.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was a perfect template with the budget was attached. It'd be brilliant.
Right. Well, to be fair to Kim, there was one item that she didn't have the numbers for, which was the trees, which are on our check recs for.
Yeah,
today.
it's not a criticism at all. I
Yeah.
think Kim did a
We
brilliant
can
job.
attach
Yeah.
it to our next
No, that's
minutes.
what we've been asking for
Yeah.
each of our.
Yeah.
It's, because
It's a good
as we
format.
budget for the
Yeah.
next years, we kind of need to know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And it also helps whoever takes over the next event, kind of have a general idea,
Yeah,
a better idea.
How much horses cost and everything else.
Exactly.
How much
Yeah.
you've been spending. I mean, even if you
Yeah.
deviate, you change things, at least
Yeah.
you know what you've been doing.
Because if you look at our budget, we'll put, materials and supplies, $2,000, right? But the budget doesn't show you that the $2,000 gets spent, whereas the more detailed event report,
correct,
you
yeah,
break it down, so you have
Yeah.
a better concept of
yeah,
the next time.
yeah. Once again, Kim
No,
did
Chris,
do it,
Okay.
but she didn't attach it to this. But we will, we don't need her to actually do
No.
the final budget. We can show that with our numbers once we get them from finance.
Well, they won't though, because your finance numbers they're not going to be specific. You're gonna have, all your checks are gonna go to account codes.
They do
But we're not
actually,
looking at the account codes, we're looking at who the vendors are.
yeah,
That
But
doesn't
they're-
show up in your finance.
yeah, I can get that from them.
If you take the check.
Yeah,
the check.
once the checks are all listed, I can ask for that.
Well, as long as
I'm just
somebody
trying,
does it,
yeah,
right?
we can get that from finance. So we have had to do that before when we don't know. Yeah,
I'd still rather have Kim do it herself, just because she's far more intimate with what actually happened. Right, the finance is kind of guessing.
I'll ask her to do it.
Yeah, but just ask her.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a problem for her when she has it. It's just see it.
She doesn't have all the numbers. Yeah. Okay, that would mean that we need a motion to receive this report.
Are we doing a motion to receive all the reports, or do you want to do this separately?
Just receive them all.
Well, our next item is not really a report, it's just to set a date for marketing committee meeting.
The orange chocolate, the war for chocolate?
Oh, I missed that, okay, good point, all right. the way. I want to make a motion to pay the promotional expenses on this, but I think first I'm gonna ask Bridget to, can you give us a, update on the Lions Roar for Chocolate event in terms of the app and,
I
it'll
can,
work
yeah, it is
now.
a Lions event, so, but we've been kind of supporting in terms of putting what each of the businesses are putting out in terms of their chocolate item. So there are 11 businesses that are participating as part of the Driftscape app. So it's the same app as the holiday passport. Yeah. So and it's working well. It allows you to put in pictures and you can do a gallery. So if you have more than one item that you want to offer as part of the Roar for Chocolate. So it started February 9th. It goes till next week. I'm trying to put together some social media that includes the photos of what people are offering and just encourage people. Call to action would be to get down there and get some. So yeah, it's going good.
I think I'm gonna suggest that Pam be given access to our social media if she's willing to take it, because Stacy needs some help. So some of our businesses have been posting their items on their own social media. And it's been our practice in the past to share our businesses' posts every once in a while. And I don't think that's been happening to the extent that it should be. And Stacy needs some help with that.
You're
Easy
looking,
enough.
whatever.
You maybe
My
have
kids at Stacy's right now.
maybe you have somebody, one of your kids in your exit.
There's one who would do some social media stuff. But I would be the one doing it right now. I'm not ready to give her more responsibility.
Okay, maybe at least until we have a marketing meeting and decide who else could be, maybe we're looking at spending some money for somebody to do it. That's not a business of ours, but an outside person we've got some marketing budget. It's just not feasible, I think, for Stacy to be doing it all for us. She just doesn't have time. Where do we feel? Marketing.
Well, if
Marketing
Stacy says she's
initiative.
busy and doesn't have time, then she doesn't.
Yeah,
Let's
and probably Pam's not going to have time either to do this on a consistent basis. So I think probably we're looking at hiring, but this is one of the reasons we're gonna have a marketing committee meeting to discuss that.
It's just, yes, it's easy.
So
Can
Ryan gives you access.
All right, you know where to find me.
And that's for the sake of right now to share the posts on BIA socials. Bridget has been doing some posts there, but
Great.
it's not her job to share.
She's not a very sharing person.
No, not at all. No, especially when it comes to
That's caring.
Sharing is caring. It's something you gotta sit down and do, maybe every other day and look at.
some really creative things that they've come up with.
Yeah.
Well, we need
For
a
chocolate.
list of after the Roar for Chocolate, then I know because I went through and made a list and I have it right in my cache, so I can tell people,
Yeah.
hey, they're having this. I heard they have something like this over there. You should go see what they have.
Yeah,
So I have a list right at my cache.
Yeah.
I know all the participants.
yeah.
In general, who posts and their socials is
You get the feel for it.
of
Yeah.
all the rest of the
Yeah.
town.
And I've been working to get pictures of the items and send them to Bridget and she'll, but
I remember
yeah,
this.
we're all
On my
trying.
own.
Okay. Do you want to mention the Kawartha now?
No, I'll let you do that because you've kind of been taking the baton on that one.
Okay, I haven't seen the article, but the county contracted with Kawartha Nam to promote this.
Nice.
Yeah. And so there was an interview done between Megan Gallant and Janet Kennedy, who is the Lion sort of spearheading on behalf of the Lions. And I guess that's all there is to say about that.
A little added exposure for the event. Kind of a little bit of a challenge between the two Lions clubs. So the Selwyn or Lakefield Lions, because I guess there's more than one, Lakefield Lions and the Millbrook. So kind of a fun little. We should try and get some pictures of because they had the warden and deputy warden do a little walkabout. So it might be kind of fun to
Oh, cool.
testing stuff. So yeah.
I think I did see, there was a thing and it was talking about a Reeve or somebody was at these different places.
Yeah, the
Somebody-
warden. Yeah.
Somebody
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
doing it. I thought.
Bonnie and Sherry. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, they stopped at some different places. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I
A
did
little
see
added exposure. Yeah.
that one.
So when that article comes out, that can be shared on our social media as well. I won't necessarily know when it.
Well, I think Sarah will let us know.
Yeah.
Sarah from the county. She'll
Okay.
kind of let us know. And we can definitely share that. Yep. Absolutely.
All right. So I have we did agree to support the event. And my thought was in terms of the advertising, because the Lions did not have any budget for this. It was sort of sprung on them after the budget in very short notice. Businesses are enthusiastic, and we did have a half-page ad in the Millbrook Times, the cost of which I don't have a bill for it, but it's $285 plus HST. And then Brad did the postcards that are distributed amongst the businesses to tell you how to use the app. And then we also have ballots and ballot boxes. The Lions made ballot boxes and Brad made the ballots. Well, actually, Lions made the ballots, he printed them. So there's $180 from Brad. All of this is billed to the Lions, not to us. It comes out to $465 plus HST, which is $525.45. And I'm looking for a motion
Motion.
for how much?
I don't know. I would say I would cover all of it, but that's me.
So I think you have to make a motion as to what it is you're asking.
We're asking for a donation to the Lions for a certain amount of money.
What has typically been done?
But it's not, is it a donation? Like, how's that working? We're just gonna,
I think you were gonna cover the cost of the ad, right? It was what I thought I remember from the.
Yeah,
Email
which at the
exchange.
time I thought was going to be $500. It was a full page ad. But it's down to $285 because it was a half page ad and instead there was.
I'm not so
Yeah.
worried about the dollar value. I'm worried
Yeah.
about the mechanics. Like, is it actually a donation? So how we
Well, it's
frame it?
marketing. It's
Can you get
Can you get
Karen
the
to
essentially
invoice?
marketing budget.
Yeah. Get where it comes from.
Yeah.
I'm saying the mechanics, that you know, need an invoice to pair it with.
Yeah, so can Millbrook Times invoice the BIA as opposed to?
The Lions would like to pay the invoices and just the same way as we did the car show.
I think we should check with him really what she would need for backup on that, to be honest. Like, I have no problem with it. I'm more worried about the paper trail for an audit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get that part.
Like, whether it's a request from the Lions that we answer the money, maybe.
The Lions invoice, the
Like,
BIA.
yeah, like there has to be another side of this. Like, I don't know how we do the car show. I don't think we just cut them a check. Do we? We do,
Oh, no, we got the bill in
right?
for the car show from the ad.
From Millbrook Times.
That's right, yeah,
Yeah.
we agreed to pay the Millbrook Times
Yeah,
portion.
so to
and
me,
the
that it
invoice
would work
was
the same
submitted.
way, right? You would just pay the Millbrook Times.
If the
Which-
Lions submits a letter or an invoice, a request for us to pay and then backs it up with, these are the invoices that we're covering, does that,
I think that'd be okay.
some kind
Well,
of.
I don't
just-
get an invoice from the Millbrook Times because they don't bill.
Yeah, they'll bill you later.
Ability.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I do have bills from Brad.
Okay.
So
But then why don't we just pay Brad?
I don't have a problem with that. Lions wanted to pay Brad, but that's fine.
It doesn't make sense for us. to
Does
pay
it
the
matter?
Lions to
But
pay Brad.
do I have to get Brad to reissue his invoice so that it says?
It shouldn't be 30 seconds, right? I mean, you just gotta kind of follow the bouncing dollars here, right? That's my concern.
from an accounting standpoint, I get that.
If I submit an invoice, Brad's invoices, they're not gonna get paid unless it says BIA on there as opposed to Lions.
Correct.
So I would have to have him redo the invoices.
Correct.
Okay,
I think that's the easiest way to do it.
okay. So we are going to pay. There'll be check requisitions for next meeting.
Yeah,
But we are agreeing to pay the 3 invoices. If they are reissued to Karen's invoice, won't be a problem, I can just tell her. And I'll just say to Lions, this is the way it has to work in order to get through our finance department. And then it goes, okay, I'm fine with that.
That makes sense to me too, accounting wise, it means, unless there's some reason the Lions really needs to have it in their system.
but they said they didn't even budget for it.
We don't have any budget for it, but
So it doesn't, it benefits them, not that you hit those hit them.
If they can provide some of the volunteer power for it and we're paying the physical money that has to be paid out, you know.
Which I think is what's happening.
Or
yeah,
when Lions run events, people just cut a check to Lions and said, this is for the fishing derby, this is for the car show, this is for, that's what they're used to.
But they're not a public, we are not a public. We are spending basically tax dollars.
Yeah.
So there has to be a just trail.
Mhm.
It's levy dollars.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So what's our motion then?
Well, we need the checks. I think we're all in support of it. I don't think you need a motion for that.
Motion to pay the marketing costs for the Roar for Chocolate when those costs come in.
I think
Yeah.
that's-
Does that sound good?
$465 plus HST.
you can put a number on it,
Yeah,
in
well,
case they-
Because you also want to,
Right.
the 180, right? Oh, the 460, yeah, never mind, it's fine, yeah. Just that you're gonna cover the,
Estimated at 465 plus HST, I don't know how you write it in your notes.
We usually it's an offset limit. Like $500 or
Sarah,
something.
you make the motion and then that way you can write it
So
in.
it's on you, Sarah.
We understand what it is now.
Well, I was busy writing down
Motion
that
to-
came out of Bridge.
motion,
Motion to pay marketing costs for the Orange Chocolate event when they come in.
To an offset limit.
Excluding HST.
Is it more with HST?
Yeah,
$5.25.
$5.25, $0.45. We get our HST partially returned to us, Lions don't, so there's another reason.
Oh.
Okay, back up to you.
$5.50.
Okay.
Lions don't.
I need a second.
No, I don't know why,
Odd.
maybe because
who's the
Nobody-
seconder? Sorry,
Second.
all in favor. Okay, so now let's establish a marketing committee meeting day, and then we'll have a motion to receive reports under item 10, I guess. I know that Wendy Bannerman has offered her upstairs for a marketing committee meeting. We can move around. Can be at my office, not for any time soon, though, because it's really cold in there. But going forward, I'm happy to offer my office at any time. Sarah's venue seems to be a little loud.
No, 100% is loud.
Yeah, unless it was off hours. But,
My shop is available. I just move stuff off the table in the middle of it, and depending on how many people we
Okay.
have.
let's just determine a date and then we'll determine the,
First.
yeah. And it's really important that we get to this sooner than later. Mostly this works evenings for the people, and we'll bring others in that want to attend in hopes to reestablish our marketing committee.
Then I suggest a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay. I like Tuesdays.
Okay.
Tuesdays are better, I mean,
It'd be nice if the two of you could join for the first meeting.
I can try.
Okay,
How soon do we want this? Like the 24th of February?
next Tuesday.
no, it's the day after family.
No, the week after. Family Day is the 16th, so the 17th is the Tuesday, the
No,
week
I
after.
just said next.
No, I wouldn't do this.
The week after.
It's
The week
Shrove
after.
Tuesday. I want to do pancakes.
Okay, so you're saying the 24th?
Sure. Why not? I don't know. Who?
You got it, you got it.
There's no one on the marketing.
Okay, all right, we got it.
That's
So we're setting a date.
So
You're right.
the board,
Stacy is.
yes, Stacy does not come to meetings, but we can try.
Set the date, 24 feet, and we'll see what happens.
And Kim has been.
Yeah.
Don't know if she's back.
I think she said she's busy until, like, she's fourth lining.
She's Mexican.
Is there a preferred time?
6?
Okay. So I'm laughing because we're setting a meeting.
Us, we're us.
Okay.
Well, I think we should put it out and invite everyone.
Yeah,
I'm all for that. I just find it amusing, that's all.
so I will check with Wendy to see if she wants to offer her venue. She did.
Is she open? I can't remember what time she opens and closes anymore.
Yeah, the timing might not work for her. And failing that, hopefully by Tuesday, the 24th, I have heat. And Pam has offered her,
Anytime.
yeah. Well, it's sort of hard to run a meeting when you're closed by 6 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm not always even open Monday, Tuesday, right? So. Not a big deal.
Oh, okay, right.
I'm usually close at 5. If I'm there, I'm open is the thing. It's not like a restaurant where they get staff and all that. If I'm there, I'm there.
Right.
So it's not a problem. Flip the sign and say close.
So venue to be determined, February 24th, 6 o'clock. Put the,
That's the good things.
It's it. May I ask, who puts out to who?
well.
The marketing committee, come meet. Just 'cause I don't know the logistics of how this works.
Well, you're getting access to the Facebook.
The face,
We need
the book of
an
face.
email.
That's how old I am.
Yeah.
The Google and
Well,
that's fine.
we don't have a communications person on a separate, we don't have a secretary. We lost our secretary in year 1. Sarah is now the treasurer. Before that, she was the vice chair and she is recording meetings, but she is not the communications secretary. We don't have a secretary, so we don't do emails like we should.
Just feels like something we should have. It's an
Absolutely.
email for
Yeah.
all the
And we should,
BIA
we should,
members.
we should have a board of 10 sitting here.
Absolutely, I totally
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
But the Facebook BIA site is well used.
Okay.
So people do see, businesses do see posts on that.
It's just any of our younger generations aren't on Facebook at all, so.
So my means of communication is I go door to door, as you know, and I talk to people. I only have so much time to do that. If you do send an email, people will say they didn't get it, or they, you get so much scammy and spammy that, sometimes even if I do delete, oh, maybe that one shouldn't have gone, so email isn't the best way to communicate with people anyway. What works is door to door to door. We can,
catch some of them.
yeah. And
Because I know, like,
I think we're getting a
nobody,
little off topic.
sorry,
Yeah.
nobody's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's half are on Facebook. Emails are really hit and miss.
Nobody under 30 is on Facebook.
It's true.
They're very
Emails
happy.
people don't see. It's a problem. It has to be a mix of different things to work, I think.
No,
And Nextcom has a strong anti-spam, so they are just as likely not to get any email sent as they are to get it. Their spam is on point.
So you have a meeting.
I'll make a motion to receive the reports under general business.
So,
We have no correspondence other than the piece of correspondence that I received from our treasury department here, that the 18,450 has been deposited to our bank account.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, council. And we now need a motion to adjourn at 8:45.
Go for it, man.
okay.
Second.